Hey guys, it's me Miffy, and I'm here to teach some beginners art and what to basically do in IbisPaint if you've just downloaded it. So please click on this video, or if you're already here, so you might really need this because these are some of the basics and what to do if you're a beginner. So, and I'm also gonna label these things and I'm gonna explain. So this is transform. So in transform, you can click and resize whatever thing you drawn on that particular layer. Suppose I'm in layer 1, you see. You can actually make multiple layers, but I'll teach you that later. So I'm gonna transform, and suppose I wanna make it really big, so I made it really big. Now, also about that, if you don't wanna click all the way to the top, you can just go to layers and then click here. Click here. So move layer or transform. You can simply just say transform or move layer. So there are two ways into moving a layer. Now second part is the magic one. The magic one is basically, suppose I want to import a picture, so I basically just import I'm gonna import this one. And then as you can see, it has a white background, and I do not want that because I want my drawing in the below layer to be seen. So I'm going to take the magic one and then click outside the thing you want, and then you have to erase. Ta-da! Now your thing is transparent, but it's not over yet. You still have to remove it. To simply remove the selection layer, just do this, remove selection, or there are multiple ways to do this. Just click this, or there's one way. Click on what? No. Okay, so simply click here. Wait, something's happening. Don't mind, okay? Oh. So there actually you can have another way to delete the selection, but this thing isn't actually letting me do it, so it's okay. Anyways, just delete the selection layer. And that's it. So I'm gonna erase everything and delete the selection. Okay, anyways, now lasso. This is a tool that you can use. Like if you are not a kid, I'm sure you know what lasso is. It's just like a type of brush. You can do this or this or this. Yeah, so that's what lasso is. And after that you can, and basically if you put lasso, whatever you draw won't be out of the place you did the lasso on. So this was a good example for you to understand more. So simply remove the selection and then you're done. Okay, then comes filter. So first of all, to use filter, you make a drawing. I'm gonna make a drawing. Okay. Okay, I made a drawing. So now to add a filter, you need to go to the FX icon here that says filter. So there are multiple filters. There are 84 filters here. So there are so many filters, but some are premium and you can purchase it. So suppose I want something from blur. Wait, no. So history, I'm going to show you all the things. So this is noise. You can like do this for these really rainbow vintage type of thing. If you you don't want any filters on your drawing, so you can just click, go to original. Suppose I want mosaic, so I do this. Yeah, and then basically I want this too, or this, or this. Just any filter, or this spin blur. So that is basically what filters. That's filters, okay? Yeah. So now the next thing we have is brush. So this is easy. This is just something. If you click on it, you will be taken to the default brushes where there are multiple brushes. Since IbisPaint made a new update, you can simply just click on these sections and get whatever brush you need. So suppose I need a stamp, so I'm gonna get stars. So these are stamps if you don't know. So that's one thing. Then eraser, by using the eraser you can just, of course everyone knows, erase your drawing. Yeah. Now for the smudge, it's like smudges your drawing, simply shown. It's like, suppose I want to spin it or something. This looks like a horror girl. Okay, now comes for blur. Okay, so blur, it simply just blurs whatever part of the drawing you want to blur. But if your blur isn't working, and it is working, but you have to do it multiple times to get it fully blurred, then I have a solution. Go to filters again and simply get Gaussian blur and get the amount of blur you need. So that's it. And then we have special. Okay, so lasso. This is another type of lasso, as I showed, that rope kind of thing. So there are about 7 or 6 brushes. I forgot to count. So the default one is lasso. You can make multiple coloring drawings and everything with lasso. Then is lasso eraser, which you can erase your drawings with in the lasso form. Then liquify pen. So this is drag, so you can drag your drawings if it doesn't seem good enough. So you wanna fix it. Suppose I wanna fix it. Okay, yeah. Then comes shrink. So if you want to shrink some part of your drawing, you can simply just put your thickness brush here and then do this. Then we have smoothen. It basically smooths it without it being looking really weird like this. Or I should say it kind of resizes it, and yeah. And revert, it basically puts your drawing back to normal. Okay, and then we have bucket tool. Of course everyone saw this. They saw it on their Windows computer or anything. So suppose I want to take a color and then put it here. Yeah, but if you wanted to only the background, and you need to cover your things, like your lines. If you forgot to connect them, you need to connect them. So as shown as below, I'm connecting my lines and it looks like I'm done. Now I can use the bucket tool. See, it looks good now. anyways, now the next thing we have is a vector. This isn't really important, but sometimes it is. So to make a vector layer, you click on this plus icon, add special layer, and then add vector layer. If you have a vector layer, it will simply show these squares. But if you are too lazy to make a vector layer, you can simply just get the vector plus like this section. So I want the vector felt tip pen, so I made this. Yeah, so it automatically becomes a vector layer. Now, you might be asking, vector layer, that actually is normal and is basically just like a normal layer. Well, yeah, it basically is, but it has tons of differences. So, suppose if you want it, then make a vector layer, and then you make a drawing, and then you want to resize it, put small. You want to make a small drawing, so you made this really tiny drawing. Dot. Yeah, dot. Okay. Now you want to resize it, so you resize it. Now, as you can see on vector layer, wait, this might be confusing, so I'm gonna show it on the normal layer. So I'm gonna draw tiny dot. That's it. Now I wanna make it bigger. Oh well, it's a vector layer. Wait, I get a normal pencil. I mean a pen. Now a tiny dot, and then I want to resize it, so it's like it becomes like fully pixelated. I want to make it big. You see it becomes pixelated. So to prevent this, you need to make a vector layer. So that is the differences between that a normal layer and a vector layer. Then you want to resize it. As you can see, if it is pixelated, but if you let go, wait, I'm gonna reset it again. Something just happened. If it seems pixelated, but if you let go, it becomes non-pixelated. There's no pixels that you can see. So that is the use of a vector layer. Then we have text, so you can press add text and then add whatever text you want. Then you can go select fonts and then get whatever font you want. You can even favorite them and get web fonts from here. So that's one thing. And you can even change the color. You can add strokes. You can add strokes to whatever size you want, or maybe just not add a stroke, or you can even add a border color. So that is a use of text. Then we have frame divider. It is basically a frame divider which you can add to divide your drawings. If you are too lazy to just add a line, you can use the frame divider as shown below. Add frame, and then like this, you have your own frame. Now we have the second listing, an eyedropper. So you might need to make a drawing with colors. Then use the eyedropper to select the color like this and draw it again. But this is basically another way to just do it. Even without even using the eyedropper, you can still do it like this. And then canvas, it is basically just you can use to change your canvas. So I want to do it to grayscale, and then this, it becomes gray. So that's one use of it. Okay, so then If you want to change it, just simply go back and put it back to color. So that's what I use. And then, so that's all the tools on the corner. Now, here comes some main things. So this is a reference window and some other things which you might, the manga manuscript and the grid settings, you don't really have to know about them, but I wanna teach you about reference window. So if you are drawing something and you want a reference, so you can take a reference here. Oh wait, no, not this. Okay, so you want this. So I'm drawing Nico. Ooh. So that's we use a reference window, and then this. As I can tell you, this is the third way of removing selection layer and some other things. Then stabilizer. This is not important, but shapes are. You can do shapes like this if you want. Oh wait, this is currently on grayscale. Okay, so now you can make shapes like this. Okay, so that's one use. Multiple shapes and lines. Then we have this ruler, which helps you make straight lines like this, vertical lines. And then if you want to remove it, delete it, and then some other things which might help you. Then you have these things which are mostly made by people or AI, but you can use them if you need to practice. When I was new to IbisPaint, I used this and slowly I had practice. So if you just want to make something, you can make it. Yeah. So, and then colors, you can change the colors. It is a color palette. I got this color palette from a link, which you don't really need, so you can just use the default color or make your own color palette. Simple as that. Okay, then we have the color wheel. That's basically same as the palette. Then if you want to switch, you can also switch from pen to eraser. Yeah. So now comes to layers. So of course you can make as many layers as you want. So suppose I want to make a layer, so that's just the default layer. Then I made a drawing. Now I'm going to teach you the things you need for a clip layer. If you want a clip, suppose you need to, so first you need to get a brush, of course, and then create a drawing which has to be big or not. Then make a layer and then add colors. But as you can see, the colors are going out, and I feel too weird to put it on this shape. So if you want, just clip it. As you can see now, the layers won't go out of place. So that's the use of clip layer. Now I'm going to show you the use of alpha lock. Enable it. Create a new layer. And then it is somewhat like, I kind of forgot what it was, but it is basically a lock. Okay, so now invert. So suppose you want to create a drawing, so you add white color, but you want to invert it, so invert. So then make a drawing. It's all white because you inverted your layer. I know. So you want this black and then invert it. Whoosh! It's white now. Then red. And then whoosh! orange, it's blue. Okay, so that's the use of invert layer. Then we have our move transform, which is I showed you. Then these flip layers, supposed to flip, 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 and this. So that's the use. Okay. Then these things, clear what it should be. Okay, so guys, that's it for this video. Bye.